Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gabby and today I'm going to be filming my January TBR. It's a new year, it's a new me. So stoked that it's finally 2021 and we can just put 2020 behind us. And this year, I have very exciting things planned for my channel and I have a lot of exciting things coming up just this month. Winterween is going to be happening in this first week of January from January 4th through the 11th. And then I also have my book club, the book troop, is starting this month with our very first pick and we're going to have our live show at the end of the month. So stay tuned to hear all the details about that if you missed it. But before we do jump into this TBR, I just wanted to say a huge thank you to Book of the Month for sponsoring today's video. Book of the Month is probably something you've been hearing me talk about for a lot of 2020 and I'm very stoked to continue my partnership with them in 2021 because I just absolutely love Book of the Month. Book of the Month is a super popular and fast-growing online book service for readers. Their mission is to promote new and emerging authors and help readers discover books that they love. So basically how it works is their team vets hundreds of new releases every single month and they pick the top 5 that they think their readers will love the most. And then you go online, you pick one of the 5 new selections and you have the option to add 2 add-ons. It's great because you can spend more time reading and less time researching, and a lot of times they'll have early release books as monthly selections that don't even come out until the next month or even the month after sometimes. They are also risk-free because you can skip any month with no penalty, but I guarantee you're not going to want to skip any month because every single month there's always one of my most anticipated releases of the year as a Book of the Month selection, or even books that I've never even heard of but that I'm so excited about once I do hear about them. And there's something for everyone because they're always picking titles that are some of my favorite genres like thrillers, literary fiction, contemporary fiction, historical fiction, even some romance. Like there's something for everyone in there. And this month when you use the code NEWBOOKS, you can get your first book for only $9.99. So definitely be sure to use the link in my description to get your first book for only $9.99, and let me tell you about what the 5 selections are for the month of January. So the very first selection, and probably the one that I'm most excited about, is The Dating Plan. And this is one that I've never even heard of before, but after I read this description I was like, this is everything I need in a romance novel, because this is a romantic comedy that involves fake fiancés, and our main character Daisy in this book is a software engineer who understands lists and logic better than bosses and boyfriends. But like y'all know, I love fake dating. It's one of my favorite tropes in books, so I'm really excited about this fake fiancé situation that's going on in this book. I really want to read this one in January. And then we have The Prophets by Robert Jones Jr. and this one has one of the most stunning covers I've ever seen. Like this is definitely my favorite color palette combination on a book cover, and the description sounds really freaking beautiful. This one's a literary fiction novel and it says, a singular and stunning debut novel about the forbidden union between 2 enslaved young men on a deep south plantation, the refuge they find in each other and the betrayal that threatens their existence. This sounds so freaking beautiful and I cannot wait to read this one. And then we have the thriller pick for this month that I'm very excited about because it's The Survivors by Jane Harper. I've never actually read anything by Jane Harper yet, but I've always been interested in her books, and now I'm really excited that I finally own this one. This one just says, when a body is discovered on the beach, long-held secrets threaten to emerge, a sunken wreck, a missing girl, and questions that have never washed away. And then we have the book Outlawed by Anna North, and this one sounds incredibly interesting and unique because it says, in the year of our Lord, 1894, I became an outlaw. And I'm pretty sure what this is about is that she's married to this guy and she's having trouble getting pregnant, and so the town begins to suspect that she's a witch. Anna North has crafted a pulse-racing, page-turning saga about the search for hope in the wake of death and for truth in a climate of small-mindedness and fear. And then lastly, we have The Removed by Brandon Hobson. This cover is also very stunning. It is so colorful, and this one is a literary fiction novel. This one says, in the 15 years since their teenage son Ray Ray was killed in a police shooting, the Ichota family has been suspended in private grief. Drawing deeply on Cherokee folklore, The Removed seamlessly blends the real and the spiritual to excavate the deep reverberations of trauma, a meditation on family grief, home, and the power of stories on both a personal and ancestral level. This one sounds like it's gonna be very hard-hitting and very moving. So yeah, these are all the 5 selections this month. I'm really excited about these because these all sound like something I would really want to read. So thank you so much to Book of the Month, and definitely check out that link down below. Alright, so let's get on to the rest of my TBR. What else is there? I have so many things that I want to do in January and so many reading plans because December just kind of went like off the rails for me, and I just had a really shitty end to the year. And I just haven't been reading a whole lot, honestly. Like, I've only read very few books in December, so I just want to get back on it and get back into reading. The first thing I want to tell you about is the Book Troop, which is my new book club that I'm starting in the year of 2021. And for January, we're going to be reading The Wife Upstairs by Rachel Hawkins. And I am really, really excited about this. This was actually a Book of the Month pick for December. So if you want to add it on this month as a selection so you can join in on the book club fun, you can do that. But this one is a thriller that I'm just really excited about. I've heard it's kind of like Jane Eyre. It's like a Jane Eyre retelling, I think, and I don't really know anything about this, so I really just want to jump in blind. And as far as when the live show will be, I'm planning on the live show for this book to be towards the end of the month, like probably within the last 3 days of the month. I don't know exactly when it will be yet, but I'll be announcing that either on my Instagram stories or in my community tab posting on here, so definitely be on the lookout for that. And if you haven't yet heard, the February pick is going to be The Wrong Family by Taryn Fisher, so that book is coming out very soon here, I think, or it might already be out, so you can definitely get your hands on that one for February if you would like to. I've gotten a few questions asking me if I'm planning on doing like a Discord or like a Goodreads group for this book club, and to be honest, I'm not really sure. I kind of just want this to be like a laid back, like we all just read the same book together and then hang out and talk about it in the live show, so I'm not totally sure what I would like to do as far as like a Discord or a Goodreads group. I mean, I'm not really like the best with technology in that sense. Like, I don't really understand how to use Discord or Goodreads in that way, so I don't think I would be the best person to be running something like this, but I would just like to have a chill hangout session with you guys during the live show and be able to talk about the book with you. And so that's what I'm planning on doing for now, and we'll just see how it goes, and then maybe I can start something like that later. But yeah, very excited to read The Wife Upstairs this month. And then Winterween, like I said, is going to be happening very soon here. Me and Olivia are going to be hosting Winterween, and the dates for that are going to be January 4th through January 11th. Yeah, it's only through the 10th. I don't know why I keep saying the 11th. But some books that I'm planning on reading for that readathon include The Haunting of Bryn Wilder, which my friend Brittany was kind enough to send this physical book to me for Christmas, so thank you so much to Brittany. This one is our buddy read for Winterween, and we're going to be doing a live show to talk about this book at the end of the week on Saturday, I'm pretty sure on January 9th. And I'm really excited to read this one. This one is kind of like a paranormal, creepy, spooky romance kind of book. I don't know, it has like a whole bunch of genres that this book falls into, so I'll for sure be reading this one for that week. But as far as the rest of my TBR goes for Winterween, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know. I want to try to find books to fit into all the different prompts that we have, but one of the books that I think I might try to read is The Winter People, just because this book not only fits with the whole Winterween setting, you know, because it's literally has the word winter in the title, but I've heard that this is like a really great horror novel. And one of our prompts and challenges is to read a book with a winter setting, and I think this book definitely has that. So I might read this book for the readathon, but this book is also kind of lengthy, I'm pretty sure, so I don't know if I'm gonna actually get to it or not. Another one that I'm considering reading for this readathon is The Good Samaritan by John Mars, because this is one of the only John Mars books that I haven't read yet, and because this one has blue on the cover, which is one of our challenges for this readathon, so this book would fit perfectly for that. But then some other books that I might pick up during Winterween include Tender is the Flesh, because this book is actually pretty short, so I could use this for like a short story, I guess, even though it is still kind of lengthy if I consider it for a short story. But it's like about 200 pages, so I might read this one, or I might read The Deep by Nick Cutter, even though this one's pretty freaking thick. But this one also has blue on the cover, so maybe I could incorporate this one for that challenge. Then I also just recently got A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson, and this one was also sent by my friend Brittany. And this is like a young adult thriller, but I've been wanting to read this one for literally forever because everybody says it's like one of the best thrillers ever, and even though it's young adult, everybody says it's still really good. So maybe I'll include this one for Winterween somehow. Like maybe I could get the audiobook from my library and just like do the audiobook and read it physically. So I don't know, my plans are still just kind of up in the air for Winterween. I'm not totally sure of all the books that I want to read, and I'm not sure how busy with work and everything I'm going to be that week, so I don't know how much I'm going to try to take on for that readathon, but these are my tentative maybe plans. And then we have, you know, the rest of January, which I'm planning on doing a really fun secret TBR kind of surprise video that would require me to read a few different books, and one of the books I would have to read for that video is going to be The Snowman by Joe Nesbo. I'm pretty excited to read this one because I've never read anything by this author before, and I know he's a pretty well-known thriller author, and just because I've heard that this book is like really great, and I've heard that this book is a lot better than that movie adaptation that came out a long time ago, you know, so I'm pretty excited to give this one a shot. But for now, I'm gonna keep the other books a secret and a mystery, build some suspense. So hopefully that reading vlog will actually be happening in the month of January. I don't want to commit too much because, you know, my reading just has not been going to plan lately, but that is a reading vlog that I'm really excited about, so I'm pretty determined I'm gonna make that happen. And then some other books that I would really like to get to. I mean, gosh, I would love to get to these 3 book of the month selections this month because seriously, The Dating Plan, it sounds so cute, and this might be the first thing that I read in 2021 just because I want to start off 2021 with like happy vibes, you know, so this might be the first book that I read this year. I don't know, I haven't decided yet. But I would also really love to get to these 2 books this month just because they sound like something I would really enjoy, and just like everything. Still have some other book of the month titles that I would really like to catch up on this month, like Memorial by Brian Washington and This Close to Okay. I would really love to read these this month. I'm thinking about maybe downloading one of these on like Libro or seeing if my library has like the audiobooks available for these so that I could just like do both, you know, physically read and do the audiobook. And then lastly, a book that I've been wanting to read for literally over a year now, but my friend Matt told me that this book is perfect to read around like New Year's time, is Una Out of Order. And this is another book, like maybe this will be the first book that I read in 2021. I don't really know yet, but I've been literally wanting to read this book for so long, like for over a year now, and I just keep pushing it off for some reason. But it sounds like something I'd really enjoy because it's about this woman, Una. I think it's like every New Year, she wakes up in a different year of her life. Like she's not aging in the correct order. She just wakes up and she's like a random age, and she doesn't know which age she's gonna be. I think it's like a crazy time travel-y fun book. And so I really would like to read this in January because it does sound like it'd be perfect for around New Year's time. So maybe I'll be reading this book, you know, around New Year's. That's the plan. So yeah, those are all of my plans for January. I have a lot of different things that I would like to do this month, and I'm just really looking forward to the secret TBR video I have planned. I'm really looking forward to Winterween and doing that readathon again with everyone. And then I'm really looking forward to the launch of my book club, the Book Troop, and just hanging out and reading a book with you guys and then talking about the book. I just think it's going to be really fun, and I'm just really looking forward to January and the new year. I'm also turning 26 this month, which I'm trying not to think about because I'm not very excited about that. That is all for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you have read or plan on reading any of these books that I mentioned in the video, then please let me know. What are your thoughts on them? For Winterween, which books would you like me to prioritize during the readathon? Like, are there any books that you're really curious to hear my thoughts on? Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will have more announcements coming up about like the exact live show dates and times for you, either in my community tab or on my Instagram stories over there. So definitely be sure to follow me on Instagram so you don't miss those, just in case. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you very soon with a new video. Bye.